Scarecrow for an hour, yet again. That's right, I still need more practice against this guy. Look, he's a very difficult boss, and I have had so many runs end against him. I think that, having the whole practice makes perfect update and everything here is just the perfect opportunity to try and get a lot more practice. And to that end, I'm just going to be using a regular old sword and board, extremely basic run that you would see in just about anything, any sort of run that I'm doing, I suppose. And not even rely on anything that would be specifically for fighting the Scarecrow. In fact, give me a little bit more general of a build here. Yeah, when I'm talking the most general build possible, Balance Blade, maybe not Bloodthirsty Shield. I think Bloodthirsty Shield is almost a little bit more powerful than I want it to be. Frontline Shield. Yeah, here we go. You cannot get more basic of a build than this. No mutations, just this. Just this, and that's it. Scarecrow time. Let's go. You're a masochist with this boss. Well, I need to be a masochist considering how much I'm losing against him. It's I need to do better, As of right now, not good enough. It's got to be at least so that I don't use 3 potion charges every single time I go up against a Scarecrow. Also, maybe Mama Tick or something eventually. This is always a very parryable boss due to the fact that you get that double parry thing going on. Deal with the mushroom boys. This still has the weird thing where you hit backwards on that, but not for this side. Ooh. Destroy these right now. I don't want to deal with them. But yeah, then this is going to be, another hour. So it's the old training arc type of archetype, right? This definitely is a boss that could probably... This is definitely a boss that could probably be as simple as fighting the giant if you have a shield. That's at least the way I see it. Okay. Feeling a lot of self-hatred today? I did not say that. I'm actually feeling pretty good. I'm just saying that it's having a mastery over the game requires you to have a mastery over every part of the game, not just specific individual parts. That's why I always say it's boring to just go through the same route every single time, which is why I want to get good at every one of the bosses that I can. Okay, now come on. Should be okay here. Yeah. Destroy these things if I can. Okay. But this is the whole thing where it's just parry. This is very parryable boss. Okay. Watch out for that dive attack. And then let's go. There we go. Roguelikes are games for masochists. By the way, you've been watching Cogmind. I would still highly recommend that to everybody. That game is pretty wild. Boy, that one especially is just extraordinarily masochistic. I was looking up the Grid Sage Games, the guy who's developing it, looking at his Twitter, and that guy is so hardcore into roguelikes. I guess it really does show in Cogmind itself, but jeez. There are so many little things in that game that are just the mechanics everywhere, doing everything. I'm really enjoying it, needless to say, considering how much time I've dedicated to that game in the past couple weeks here. So you can catch up on the Cursed Persona series. Hey, the Persona series is not cursed per se. It is just, it's a pretty weird series. I'm going to say that right now. I don't think anybody's going to disagree with me. Scarecrow health scaled. No, they actually took out scaling a long time ago. I want to say it was closest to the Rise of the Giant update or so. Might have been even more than that. Okay. Okay. Oh! Come on. Come on. So close. No, okay. I tried out that one. Open your window and scream, "Hey, beta!" loud enough so your neighbors can hear. I'm not going to do that. Why would I do that? Oh, boy. Still in beta? Yeah. Pretty sure it's still in beta. I mean, that's just, how it is. Commendable of a mastery of a game that has continual updates. I mean, it's, that's the whole thing. I mean, I think that it would be much harder to get a master. It would be much harder to be motivated to get a mastery of a game that's not just constantly getting updates all the time. It feels like, any sort of improvement that I get on this game in particular is going to come in handy when the next big update comes out, Yeah. Okay, that mushroom boy stayed alive for way too long. Parry. Parry. Get this parry timing down. Let's go. And good. Yeah, thankfully it seems like the dive attack here has a pretty minimal hitbox, which is good for me, but still. Okay. At least the hitbox stays around for a very minimal amount of time. Okay, yeah, that's not bad. Could be worse. Let's just say that. Yeah, okay, so it seems like left, right, really try and get prevent him from hitting me there is the way to go. Get rid of that, and let's go. I recommend getting the Fatal Falls DLC. I like a lot of the weapons in the Fatal Falls DLC. Like, I think, even some of the more basic ones, like Snake Fangs, are still a lot of fun to play around with. And although, I think, the big one, the one that everybody probably knows from the DLC, the Serenade is, I gotta say, a little bit unimpressive. I still want to see it get a bit more powerful, considering how difficult it is to use. It's still pretty cool in terms of weaponry. Ugh. Okay. Really just want to go for the one parry, it seems, because it gets kind of wacky. And then roll through those mushrooms. That's the easiest way to take them out. Yuck. Okay. Yeah. It's got to keep going on here again. Anyway, Scythe and Trident look like interesting weapons for the player. Scythe and Trident? Oh, is there a new update coming out here? Are we already talking about that? Because I don't remember a Trident at all. Well, anyway. What was I even talking about here? Yeah, the new update here lets you practice against enemies, including bosses, different sets of enemies in different areas. Really lets you get the timing and everything down for each one of these characters. It's something that I think any game like this should really include, so that you don't have to spend a half hour plus getting to every single boss just to die against them once. Nope. Okay, and not quite there. Talking about the Scarecrow. Oh, that's not scythes. Those are sickles. Scythe would be much larger. It's also not a trident. That's a pitchfork. Anyway. Nah, a little bit too early. Maybe I can get 2 hits at best. Okay, get rid of this. Then pretty much before the Mushroom Boys have a chance to react, that's when I kind of go in for the kill. Throw, and then get in there. Okay. Roll. Parry, roll. Yeah, seems good. Get rid of those things. Mushroom Boy has yet to react. And that's kind of the basic strategy I think I'm going for here. Yeah. The jump apparently does mostly if you're just far enough away. Get this over here and then get these things out of here so I don't have to deal with them. There we go. Okay. Maybe I can go for the constant parries on the first phase. First phase version of him using the scythe, not really on any later one. Yeah, nah, it's a little bit difficult, I think, regardless of how you look at it. No, didn't quite get the Mushroom Boy there. Yep. Those Mushroom Boys are going to be a problem if I even let them... Okay. If I even let them go. Oh, just jumped in and thought Shovel Knight joined Dead Cells. I mean, you can use a shovel in the game, of course. Shovel's a good weapon. But it's like, hey, I don't know. You know, speaking of Shovel Knight, or at least like the basic design of that guy, I've been thinking about maybe, and I don't know, maybe playing Jump King. Because, I don't know, I guess, especially after doing a whole lot of Cogmind, I'm feeling particularly masochistic. And I just want to do like a nice challengey type of game. Literally unwatchable. Okay, fair enough. Always goes for the trying to hit you with the mushrooms. But, yeah. I don't know, I still think I'm going to do it eventually. Additionally, there's now the Alan Wake remaster coming out. I actually really wanted to play that game after I played Control, so I think I'm going to end up playing that, if I'm being honest with you. Oh, boy. Got him. I mean, those guys will eventually just die on their own, just because they keep launching themselves up in the air, but, you know. Also, it seems like a good idea might be just to keep one, if there's one mushroom just kind of out of the way around, just kind of keeping that around, because it doesn't seem like the Scarecrow will throw down more if there's at least one on the ground. Short strategy. Good dodges there. Well. Practices a lot and still don't know how to deal with a sickle down slam. I mean, you could just stay away enough, it seems. You know, just kind of like not even engage with that attack for the most part. But I still think it's a very punishable attack if you do it right. Two. Only two. Yeah, roll, roll. Ah, come on now. Seems like, yeah, the actual hitbox for the slam itself stays out for a very short amount of time. Meaning that, oh, yeah, right on top of me. Should have tried that one a little bit better. Oh, well. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, closer to a pitchfork than a trident. I mean, that's obviously what it's supposed to be, right? Because, you know, it's it is a gardening thing, gardening tools. Hello, Najemsky. I don't know how to say your name. I'm sorry. Yes, we'll be doing after this we'll be doing Dirt Rally. There, how about that? Is that what you want? Is that what I need to do to make you happy? Woo. And just roll through those. I will just like literally record it after this. It was either that or Doom Eternal. I don't know. Assume the name is Polish? Maybe, I don't know. Okay, come on. The parries should be pretty easy to get in this phase. I just keep screwing it up anyway. Could also go for a good just like basic. Yeah, just gotta wait for that to go. Okay. Don't go too early on that, too. Get rid of this. Get rid of that. Well, I might have wanted to just keep that one around. Yeah, went a little bit too early there. There. Wait. Pause. Pause, champ. Okay. There we are. Oh. But yeah, y'all ready for after this an hour of Dirt Rally? We can make that like a regular Saturday and Sunday thing. Dirt Rally weekends. I should start doing the that thing that I did for. I should start doing that thing that I did for Tower Climb for a lot more games. The like basic. Oh my god! There we go. The basic like training arc type of deal. Thank you for the mouth old bap. All things. Okay. Okay. Well, at least I'm doing it better. Doing it and doing it and doing it well. Yeah? Wait. There we are. That's better. Could be better. Can do that even better. Dock Rally. Yeah, we can do Dock Rally weekends. Dock Rally weekends. It's like, keep the Sabbath holy and, you know, weekends. I don't know. Haven't gotten a vid or a stream in a while. I'll be honest, it's because of Cogmind. Straight up. Just straight up. I've been doing Cogmind lately. That game is a lot of fun, and I'm very much in almost, I want to say unquestionably, maybe one of the best of the suggested list. Like, I'm having more fun with that game compared to, like, maybe anything else that has been suggested thus far. That is a suggestion that knocked it out of the park. Okay. Well, it's just another one of the training arc type of videos, so, you know, gotcha. Gotcha. Here we are. Okay. You should stream your Cogmind runs more? Well, I mean, after this stream, the plan was to do, I guess, Dirt Rally, but I don't know. It's like a lot of those... the game's hard. The game is... Too early. Too early again. The game is extremely hard, so you mostly just see me die right as I get to the factory. Well, the upper floor is the factory, or maybe research, or even like hitting up one of the proximity caves around the research levels, which is kind of how I've been doing it. I also am just like straight up not allying myself with exiles, which is... There we are. Probably hurting me a lot as a new player to the game. Think about streaming your prep and practice runs more? Yeah. I don't know. It's just, I think that... I just gotta say that it's like, I think Cogmind is one of those games that it's like, I really like, but I can't imagine it has like too much appeal to video-wise on the channel. Oh, I screwed up so many parries there. That's awful. Okay. Mm-hmm. No. Oh, man. Oh, man. Cogmind is fun to play, not to watch. I want to make it good. I want to make it fun to watch. Like, I don't know. I feel like there's definitely something to be said about, like, just the stress and difficulty of that game. You really gotta, like, plan that thing out. I'm gonna have to think about how to make that more interesting to watch then. I don't know. I'll do something, because I like that game, and I definitely want to see it to the end at this point in time. We'll see. Figure out something. Got him. Got him. Didn't quite get him there. I like proper roguelikes. Find them tedious to play. Even a game like that one, which is very like stealth focused if you want it to be. By the way, I do think that like stealth roguelikes are the way to go. Man, that is really... that does that really well. That's basically what I'm going to try to say. Play this fight so risky? I want to play it risky. That's how I play everything. Now, crazed berserker style is how I describe it, of course. Yeah, there we go. That's how you should do that. Maybe you should set certain goals you're trying to accomplish outside of getting to the end. I do have certain goals that I'm trying to accomplish with the game. Specifically trying to get like all the lore and everything. That's what I'm thinking I'm probably going to do for like a next episode of that. To do a lore rundown. If you're not really all that invested in me trying to get through the complex, maybe if you understand what the hell is going on at least a slight bit, that might help. I don't know. Okay. Okay. I mean, if I can't... The problem is, though, I think that if I can't even beat the game, that I don't know if doing, like, specific challenge runs or anything is... conducts, if you will. We're talking about proper roguelikes. Is a good idea. Yeah, get out of there. We'll see, though. Like, the simplest thing would be stuff like trying to get into the ISCS mainframe or, like, Section 7 or something. Because I still even have yet to see those. Or, like, talk to Warlord. I still have yet to talk to Warlord. Want to do that already, because I'm sure I'm probably going to get, like, some good stuff out of it. I think I went a little bit too early there, but that's okay. Yeah. Just the 2 hits. No more than that. Wow, hey. What happened to your hitbox? Ah! Oh no, he's become invincible. What the hell? I've never seen this before. What have I done? Man. How often are successful runs in games like Cogmind? Extremely consistent if you can if you know what you're doing. Like, if those games are ones that you can beat with good consistency. Frustrating. I haven't played Cogmind, but in my time with Tangle Deep, Tome, oh boy, Tome, and Stone Shard, it feels like progression is very slow. So much time spent with inventory management. Really? I don't really think that inventory management makes too much... you do too much with that at all, considering your inventory is so limited in that game. Okay. Regardless, one of the things that I could do with those games is just, like, literally edit out the inventory management parts of them. You know how that goes. It's like, that's one of those things that I am going to be doing with, like, Final Fantasy, for example. Editing out random battles because, you know, they're not that interesting. Did that with, like, Final Fantasy VI. Did that with Persona 5. There's no reason why I can't just take out the uninteresting bits and keep only the good stuff. Maybe that's going to be the key to that series. Just editing it down a little bit more. Oh, figure it out. Yeah. Just roll right through that. If rolling just destroy those mushrooms, I think that's probably a pretty good idea to go about it. But like this distance, roll in, and then like the amount of time it takes for me to walk to the boss. Ah. Okay. Ah. Come on. Haven't beaten Tome yet. I played Angband a good amount, but like I just never beat that game. I think Tome is a little bit like better about it. It's a little bit less hardcore, but you know. It's an interesting one, certainly. You can parry the sides. I do know that, but it's just like, there's this feeling like I don't know if I want to. It just feels so risky. Ooh, a little bit too close there. There we are. One. Didn't get the two. Mushroom Boy's being frustrating. Got it. Oh, got Mushroom Boy though. Well. Trying hard enough here. I just fight range, so I use the mushrooms a ton. I always get hit by the shroomy and the poison pour. Poison pour seems like it's fairly easy to dodge if you're like on the ground, but probably a little bit more difficult in the air. What is a Scarecrow? Scarecrow is a boss that was added in the latest DLC, Fatal Falls, and it is one of the harder ones in the game, which is why I'm trying to get a lot of practice in it, because the latest beta update gives you the ability to practice against enemies and bosses in different setups. It's just like my complete struggle with this boss, which is why I want to try and get a lot of practice in against him. Especially now that there's a good opportunity to do so. It is this boss in particular. Yep, and it's going to be kind of going around, getting it down. It's like speedrun style, you know? Okay, that was weird. Nice try. I already destroyed that mushroom. Try and get the 1, 2, and then roll. Yeah, just try and get like the... Yeah, if you're fast enough. Oh, right. You gotta be the opposite way due to weird glitchiness. 1, 2, there we are. 1, 2, there we go. Okay. Not bad, not bad. Oh, right in the pour. I fat-fingered the jump instead of the... Ew, that was close. Okay. Yeah, no, I think I'm starting to get a little bit better. Nice try. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I think I want to even be a little bit... Oh, no, he's done that thing where he's gone invincible again. Why? How does that even work? And... Now let's back now. 2, 1, 2. Yeah, that's a little bit too far away. Got it. Got it. Decent distance away. Decent distance away, and then run into the attack. There we are. All right, not bad, not bad. Could be worse. Dark Souls. This is the Dark Souls of Dark Souls. I think that's how I started out, like the OG old episodes, like the basically unwatchable stuff that I should get rid of. It's like Dark Souls 2, the Dark Souls of sequels to Dark Souls. But anyway, yeah. Hitbox for the poor is top to bottom. Never been able to do a mid-air roll to skip past it enough. It's a wonky attack. Yeah, there's a few wonky attacks. For example, the scythe throw being parryable on the left side for both of them, regardless of how much sense that makes. Ooh, I thought I rolled that. Not quite. Demon Souls would be the Dark Souls of Dark Souls. I mean, it would be the Dark Souls of Dark Souls precursors. 1, 2. Very nice. Yeah, maybe what I should do is stop trying to get it so close. Fine, then. I'm trying to figure out, like, the good strategies here. It's not that easy. Get rid of both of those things just to not have to deal with them. No, a little bit too early. There we are. There we are. 2 just seems like the most optimal way. The jump there kind of screwed me up. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I got this for the most part. Show some love for the soundtrack, and this piano is perfect. Piano suddenly became like a thing that they did a lot more with. Yeah, piano was a thing that they did a lot more with the DLC, I think. Practice mode will be awesome. Drilling for the parries. Yeah, I think that's almost like maybe the best, like the best usage that you can get out of the practice mode, especially is for parries, because it is so difficult to do. Man, Dark Souls of boss fights. I can't even name a Dark Souls boss that is like this sort of thing. Closest would be one of the Dark Souls 3 boss fights, but even then they're not as fast as this sort of deal. And I played all those games, baby. You know it. If I just kind of force him to... Yeah, it seems like... Okay. It's like not a bad strategy. Just kind of go left, right sort of deal. Go for those parries, and then... it could be worse. A little bit too early on that one, though. There's a strategy there. There's a strategy. Got it. Okay. There. There. Oh, a little bit out of range. And that was a little bit early once again. But it's like, you can see kind of like how it's coming together. The way that I'm fighting this character. Sort of more or less getting the more advanced tech down and all that. There we are. No, not quite. I think you could have gone a little bit more than that. Just got to make sure that you are, that by the time the Scarecrow re-grabs the sickles, that you are ready to just immediately go. Okay. Not bad. Okay. Yeah, it's like that you're immediately ready to go dodge the next attack that comes up. Ooh, that was a little bit early, but it worked out anyway. Yeah, certainly this is such a punishable attack that it makes that fairly easy, all things considered. Mm-hmm. Yeah, when he attacks, you get 2 parries. I don't know why exactly that is, but that's been a thing. It makes it so that stuff like the Cocoon does not work out super well against him. I don't know why, but it makes it so that also parries for you works really well. If something's parried twice, it's because it has a small explosion on it. Really strange. Because, like, yeah, it's always been a weird thing about that character. If it wasn't this for the stairs trick, I would have hated the Capra Demon. I mean, Capra Demon, it's just like, I don't like the design behind that guy. It is entirely based around the fact that he's got ads and is up, and, you know, a very tiny boss arena. It's like the tiny boss arena, I think, is not even that big of a deal, but the annoying dog ads that come in there are just, it's so frustrating. Okay. Once again, just like outrange, parry. Okay. 1, 2. Seems to be the best way to do it. Seems to be the way that it results in me dying the least. Capra was the demon for Dark Souls 2. God, I know. Dark Souls 2 had such a problem with, like, ad battles all the time. So many of the bosses were just like, hey, it's, you know, what's otherwise a kind of, like, slightly challenging enemy, but we put a bunch of enemies in there with them. Oh, boy. And it's just constant, constant. Of course, Dark Souls 2, I think, just entirely had a problem with tons and tons and tons of enemies. Just too many enemies. Dark Souls works best when it's like a very small group or, you know, one-on-one combat. Not when you're up against like 10 different random knight characters like you would often be in the tower area that I can't remember the name of. Bastion of Salt? What was that place called? Yeah, Dark Souls 2 had a massive amount of dev crunch. Oh, yeah, it shows. It shows a lot, unfortunately. The thing is, I think the easiest way to see that is to compare a lot of the areas in Dark Souls 2 with the Duke's Archives. You know, a place that also, well, known that the second half of Dark Souls had a lot of dev crunch in there, too. And it's like, just look at, like, the basic design for a lot of the areas. It's very similar. Let's just say that right now. Okay. There we are. Nice. Hey, thank you, Milchman. For the sub. I love you once again. Oh, there's also those teleporting dogs. Actually, you know, this is an interesting thing that I've been watching a lot lately. Zuli the Witch is a person who has been in the Dark Souls community for a really long time, sort of giving insight into the programming and like individual models of a lot of Dark Souls characters. And they have, and as of late, there's just been like daily updates from the channel on a bunch of stuff related to Dark Souls that have been a lot of fun to watch. Most recently, right before the stream, I was watching Most recently, before the stream, I was watching a look at what Pontiff Sullivan actually looks like underneath the hood, which is interesting. Very tree-like guy. Dark Souls devs put a lot of detail into each one of the models that they use. All right. Even if you can't see that, you know, when you're in the fray. Love her content. Yeah, me too. It's just like she's been around forever, like forever, and it's just it's interesting to see her actually like starting to do some more like daily update type of content. Because usually it's just like I remember I would watch like Dark Souls streamers or something, and then they would always talk about like, hey, here's like, you know, some of the inner workings of this as found by Zully. Now we're getting it straight on the channel. Which is cool. What's your expectations for Elden Ring? I don't know. I mean, basically, we'll see. We'll see. As always, you know, I'm never really one to get into hype for games or anything like that. Yep, here we are. So speculation and everything. I don't know if there's really too much I can say. I haven't even watched like the trailers as usual. Yeah, okay. I left way too many of these guys around here. Yeah. Anyway, more Souls formula. That's true. That's true. The Souls games have a very specific way that they go about doing stuff, don't they? There's so many, you know, starting with Demon Souls and maybe even earlier than that. I don't know. I haven't really played any of the like Kingsfield games that they got a style. You're going to see patches. You're going to see, like, stagnation being a big thing. You're going to see a Moonlight Greatsword somewhere. You know how that goes. Is it supposed to be? I didn't even know it was supposed to be open world. I mean, I said this before, but, like, before I even played Sekiro, I did not know that the main character had a prosthetic arm. That came out of nowhere for me. I didn't even know that. But, you know, that just shows how out of the loop I am when it comes to like a preview information and everything like that for games. We all want Moonlight Greatsword. Yeah, that's what I should do. Elden Ring comes out, go and play Kingsfield. Talk about how I don't like it as much as the Souls games. I know that it was a big influence, and it's just like, God, I remember the devs talking about how they didn't want to call it a Kingsfield game because they're just like, oh man, we got so much respect for the Kingsfield franchise. If Demon Souls is bad, we didn't want it to be associated with that. And I'm just like, it's way better than than Kingsfield ever was. But I've gone on my rant about how the Kingsfield, you know how that goes. Don't know if it's confirmed, but just heavily implied. I mean, there's been like a certain open worldness to the Souls games, or at least like multiple branching paths, though not like truly open world. I would just think that they'd probably be doing that again, right? It's like less like big open field, more less big open field, more you know, like branches in the roads that you can go down. That sort of thing. Which is kind of how I prefer it to be anyway. I've gone on a lot of rants about how I don't like open world games as much as I like, you know, a well-designed linear experience. Maybe with a couple branching paths here and there. Nobody needs to hear any more about that. Just Doc's Hot Opinions Hour. What's up with that? They wanted to put a horse in the game, so they made it open world. We're getting the old. Actually, that's been, you know, both of the big open world AAA games that I played have featured horses and, you know, horse stuff pretty prominently. I'm trying not to bounce, but I'm bouncing. Anyway, Metroidvania. I don't like. That's the thing. It's like I actually really don't like Metroidvania style design. Because I feel like that's just, you know, you took a linear experience and then you stretched it out so that there's a lot of backtracking. One of the major things that I really disliked about Hollow Knight, for example. Dislike about Hollow Knight. I understand that a lot of people love that design, but it just ain't for me. Might as well get a horse dodge roll. Hey, do it like Nier. Get a horse drifting. Or boar drifting, as it was in those games. Shit. Have I played Symphony of the Night? Of course I have. It's like that, is a game that I played to nigh on completion. Hey, I see these floating roses here. Not fooling me there. Anyway. Don't understand the whole Horf things. I don't know. I mean, I think that's just, you know, you need to have, like, you know, usually in those sort of games, right, you have some sort of form of fast travel, but if you don't want to use the fast travel, then you also have the option of, like, faster than walking travel, but doesn't allow you to do the exact same things. I mean, I think, like, God, you know, that's been true since, like, mounts and whatnot in World of Warcraft at the very minimum. That's what I always think. Right. Just keep kind of going back and forth, go for the parry. Like that. Actually, that didn't quite kill him. And that's no good. Well, that experiment didn't really work out super well. That's okay. I gotta figure out a better way to do that. Still kind of choking on the that attack in particular. Horse started because of Ocarina. You know, it probably did. That's true. That would be a very notable example of that, wouldn't it? Where you got Epona there. I think you're probably right on that one. Because, of course, like Hyrule Field, I want to say, yeah, when I think of, like, open world games, trying to, like, recapture that sort of magic is something that, yeah, I feel like a lot of open world games try to do. That might be where, like, the first inspiration type of stuff. But then again, it's like, you know, there have been a lot of games like that. Elder Scrolls games have been around a lot longer than just Skyrim and whatnot. You know. Yeah. Hard to say. New Metroid looks awesome. That's Metroid Dread, right? Man, I can't even believe that. I cannot even believe that that's actually coming out. So for years and years, Metroid Dread was almost like a joke. It felt like everybody being like, "Oh, it's coming out this year. It's coming out," and then now, no, it's like actually real. Who could have guessed? Why'd they actually call it Metroid Dread? Why didn't they just call it something else, like considering the weird legacy that it has? I don't know. Running is faster than everything. I mean, certainly when I was playing Horizon, running was the way that I went about doing everything because, you know, those horses can die. I dislike having your mount get beaten, you know? defeated in battle. Especially considering, you know, that I'm just like trying to go from point A to point B, and I care not for immersion. Ah. I hate how long it takes Nintendo to develop for first-party games. I can deal with it. Because, I mean, you know, much rather have that than, like, trying to capture a zeitgeist, hastily putting out something. You know how it is. Just look at the amount of games out there that it's like, oh man, we got to get it for the holiday season. Make sure that it has every single bug possible in it. We're going for a world record here. 5th main in the series, sequel to Fusion. Is it actually like confirmed to be the sequel to Fusion? Because I remember that, yeah, like Fusion was the one that, timeline-wise, I suppose, does come last. Been like 20 years since Fusion came out. AOT? AOT? I don't know. Ah, rolled right into that one. Attack on Titan? It is indeed the sequel to Fusion. Huh. Well, see how that goes. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to end up playing it. Well, I mean, I don't even have a Switch. I'm probably not going to end up playing it. Fusion is after Super Metroid. Yep. And then I guess Dread is after Fusion. That's interesting. It goes OG Metroid, then Metroid 2, then Super Metroid, Fusion, and now Dread. And I think in between Super Metroid and Fusion, that's when the Prime games take place, if I'm not mistaken. Then Other M, well, I guess that was after Super Metroid, but before Fusion again. If I'm not mistaken. Hard to say if that's even like canon anymore, though, considering the reaction that it received. Prime is a split timeline, is it? I feel like I could still fit it in there. They wanted to. Before they even notice me. Ah. All right. There, let's go. Anyway, project somebody's doing to turn Metroid into a 2D game. Some S-tier pixel art. I mean, there's been some pretty good, some pretty notably good Metroidvania games out there. Like, you remember the remake of Metroid 2, which, of course, then got, like, taken down by Nintendo because they were doing their own one. Ridiculous. Doesn't surprise me that people got a lot of talent working on that. It already got a stop from Nintendo. Yep, that's Nintendo for you. They are notably bad about fan projects. I gotta protect that IP from, you know, these people. God, didn't even want to put in like a story mode for Mario Maker because for the longest time because, you know, oh, then people aren't gonna buy the Mario games. Ugh. You know, I do quite like the games that Nintendo makes, but man, their business decisions are, you know. I mean, what more do I need? Do I really need to say anything more? I think everybody's only too well aware of the situation with that. Come on. Ah, keep going for that. Okay, it's Johnny Sins. I never played any one of the, Wait, who's Johnny Sins? No, I'm thinking of Johnny Gat, the guy from the one game, Saints Row. I never actually played any one of the Saints Row games. I also don't know who Johnny Sins is then. After this fight, use different weapons. But the point is that it's just like, you know, it's like I want to go for a very basic set of weapons that can be used for pretty much anything. I mean, I guess I can like switch it out to maybe a survival type of build for right now. Only got like 10 more minutes left on the whole like hour type of deal anyway. So we ain't gonna be here for too much longer. A male porn star. Oh, okay. Yeah, not familiar. Nintendo as a company refuses to accept modern sentiments, and they make it a habit of being stuck in the past. Yeah, I know. Oh, man. And then it's just like... I've talked about this before, again, with like Smash, for example. They're despite the fact that, you know, fighting games have been around for literally decades, it's like they're still kind of reinventing the wheel on a lot of the stuff as they're doing it. It's just like, oh, come on, guys. Just, you know... I know that it's like they got some grade A developers under the belt and everything like that, but it's like they can learn some stuff from the rest of the industry. I'm just saying, they don't need to go it all alone. Okay. Come on. Because can only go with like one there. There we are. I have a love-hate relationship with this game lately. I understand that. After all, it is... I've always said this, just like this game really prides itself on its extreme hardcore nature. You know how that is. Clever remaking the games with the same style. Over and over. Yeah, but I mean, it's just like, you know, when you put the amount of attention and care that like Nintendo does with a lot of those games, it works. Oh man. Gotta get reused to doing an entire like different thing here. Constantly chasing the glory of past successes. Yeah, but the thing is, it's like they also do a very good job. I mean, think about like Mario, for example, made an extremely good transition to 3D when they decided to do that for platformers, to the point that they're still successfully making games based around how they've been doing that for a while. It's like I'm willing to give them a pass, basically, just because the development of those, just like the developers know what they're doing, you know? Yeah, Sega is cool with fan stuff to stick it in Nintendo. I've always been happy. I don't know. Sega's got like sort of an interesting type of, cause, man, they do not have. Look, I just Sonic in particular. I always think of where it's just like, I don't know if I would say that they got like grade A developers. I don't want to be mean to Sonic Team or anything, but. Come on. You know how it is. Yeah, survival weapon's a little bit more difficult, needless to say. Yeah. Come on now. Cheers from Minnesota. Cheers from Wisconsin. As always. It's me. I'm in Wisconsin. Okay. There. Fortunately, yeah, you just can't really get much for like constant attacks on this guy. Guess you can say Sega does what Nintendo don't. I suppose so. I suppose you could say that. I don't know if I would say that, but you could say that. Right. Man, old video game advertisements were pretty wild. I don't even know what I was trying to do there. Yeah, you really just can't use survival weapons, at least in this thing. Get more cultured with your male porn stars? I don't know anything about porn stars. I'm sorry. Look, what can I say here? Give me a different weapon. Sure, Iron Staff. I think I could probably do some fun stuff there. Hey, Sega's still pretty successful. Come on. It's just, I keep thinking of the Sonic franchise, and it's just, there's there's good stuff occasionally, but there's also, like, you know, why can't big companies go back to doing proper 2D? If indie devs can make something like Dead Cells art style, and imagine what Nintendo could do with pixel art. I know, that's something that I would really like to see. You know, some real AAA 2D games and everything like that. Sure, indie games do it great, and I do appreciate that an awful lot, but it's like, I still think that, yeah, you know, we could be getting some really big budget stuff here. But no, it's like it's ever since, you know, well, the PlayStation. It's been all about the 3D, baby, and that's it. Even 2D games gotta have the 3D. Even 2D games gotta have the 3D models in them and everything like that. SNK, I remember, talked about that for the for King of Fighters, where they're just like, look, even if we put a lot of time and effort in making like really good sprites for the games, and they did, but it's just like people really want 3D games. You know, it's just that's really what the market is. That's why they did that for like King of Fighters 14, if I remember that correctly. It's like that was like the last you know, decent sized game studio that I remember that was still doing pixel art stuff. That's too bad, really. All that pointillist style, and you can get some really good looking stuff there. There's a Virtua Fighter 6, never gonna happen. Look, Dead or Alive had Virtua Fighter characters in it, isn't that good enough? Anyway. No, not to insult Dead or Alive, but you know what I'm saying. Here we are. You shut your mouth. You know it's true, though. You know it's true. Look, I don't like it either, but it is what it is. Keep. Oh boy, there we are. Well, there we are, kind of. Okay, there we go. Oh man. They won't pull a Capcom. Capcom is so weirdly inconsistent. They do so many. I really like Capcom, but they do so many. They're like so weird, where they kind of alternate constantly between doing a lot of really good stuff and then like, you know, you don't even know what the hell they're doing. Such a bizarre company. The only more consistently inconsistent company out there is like Way Forward. Cap God to crap common days. I don't understand it. I still got a lot of respect for the company, but it's just like, man. Ah. How does that make you feel? I like it. It's tentacles. Not really a huge fan of tentacles, but I mean, you know. Hi. Hey, hi, Pixian. Welcome to us talking about like our opinions on game developers. I don't even know where we got into this here. Well, I guess I'll say this for Capcom. I hope that the Resident Evil 4 remake is good. Resident Evil 8 or Village, I mean, is pretty good. It has a lot of those comparisons, and they have confirmed that they are working on it. So let's see. That is a shining star in the catalog. Would hate to see it get kind of, hate to see him wang it, basically. Did you play RE8? I saw a bunch of people play RE8. I did not play myself, though. You got one shot. Yeah. Newest Guilty Gear is 2D, but still uses the Unreal Engine. Yeah, they got like super good tech when it comes to, ever since like Xrd, they like figured out how to make the 2D fighting look really good, even though they're using like semi 3D. I don't know what they're doing, but they're doing it well. Really appreciate that. But of course, it's like I think ArcSys does a good job just in general. They are good at what they do, and that's making fighting games. Anyway, I wonder if they're going to keep that. I don't know. We'll see. I have no idea. Like, they've confirmed they're doing it. They've confirmed they're doing RE4. I don't know. Such a strange series the Resident Evil is. I still quite like it, but again, when we're talking like Capcom to Crapcom, it's like I feel like that series especially gets hit so hard in so many different ways. Oof. Ashley needs to stay the same. Leon, help, ballistics. Yeah. The ears. I don't know, what else do I know about Ashley? Not that much, to be honest. I gotta go like replay that game or something at some point in time. Better not nerf her ballistics. Oh man, what a stupid line. Anyway. I mean, they still are making references to like the lake fight in the fight against, what the hell is that guy called? That boss called? I can't remember. In Resident Evil games. The one guy, the fish guy, was like almost a wholesale reference to that in RE8. Of course, there were a lot of things that were wholesale references to RE4 and RE8 because, you know, that they're okay. It's been an hour.